Hello and welcome back. I am Mary O, an associate licensed marriage and family therapist. I am here to support in those questions, those areas of pressure that you guys want to ask about or might need some extra support with in this space. Last week, we touched on how to recover, how to heal, how to rebuild after heartbreak. So, in the spirit of that, I wanted to take a break. Let's take a beat. Let's take a mindful moment. Let's talk about spring cleaning of the mind, body, and soul. Welcome to Ask Mindful, Take a Break. Yes, so I thought it would be good to really talk about when you leave a relationship, right? Or you leave a job, or you leave something that meant a lot to you, you invested a lot emotionally, mentally, everything into it, then you depart from it, right? So it's like, what does that look like to refresh in each area that you invested? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Just refreshing your mind, body, and soul after a breakup of any sort involves utilizing mindfulness to really just cultivate this self-compassion for yourself, understanding like you did your best, you did what needed to be done in that space, in that time, a season in your life, and now you've transitioned. You're embracing a new beginning. Really grounding your body, right? Through physical movement, intentional rebuilding of your sense of self. And really a big part of this, it really spans a few different topics. So you talk about mindful breathing, just taking a moment. This weather change is a perfect way to really embrace this piece, right? Mindful breathing, journaling, whether it be writing down or voice journaling, setting new boundaries, right? New beginnings mean new opportunities to let people get to know you where you are right now. And just really engaging in those physical activities like yoga to like release some of the emotional tension, reduce any anxieties, things like that. So that's what we're going to get into today. And so when we think about mind, body, and soul, I want to walk through each section. Okay. So first is the mind. Think about your mindset and just that mental refresh. So I touched on practicing self-compassion. So what that looks like in practice is actively combating any harsh self-criticism, right? Write yourself a love letter, for example. So when you think about, man, this breakup ended, I'll be alone forever. Like, actually, I am the birthday, and actually, I am very great at what I do, being a girlfriend or a wife or partner, or man, this job is the last great job I'll ever have, or I wish it wasn't so toxic. I really needed it. Hey, they were happy to have me, right? All about just actively kind of calibrating some of these thoughts and really love on yourself in the mental process of kind of refreshing from the breakup, right? From the job or the relationship or whatever it was. Next, are we talking about the 4 A's, mindful awareness. So you think about awareness of how you feel, right? Accepting said feelings, taking accountability to say like, yeah, you know what? How reasonable do I think these feelings are, right? And then taking the action to either let that go, lean into it fully, whatever it is, just take that time to process your emotions without judgment. To say, oh, this is bad or this is wrong, I shouldn't feel this way. Just be in the moment. Awareness, acceptance, accountability, action to process without judgment. Okay? And the last part of the mind refresh piece is daily rituals. So you got into a groove, right? When you're in this relationship, when you were at this job, that you were used to. Your body was used to it. In this case, your mental was used to it. Implementing new routines are like body scans, right? Having a mindful moment, right? Just to take you, if it's water, if you're a coffee drinker, tea drinker, whatever, milkshake, whatever it is, Ground yourself before the day begins. So this doesn't have to be food focused. It could get mental. It could be, let me read my daily scriptures. Let me review some of my journals from the past week. Let me read a chapter of this book, right, that I'm really into. Whatever that looks like. And then next, let's talk about the physical healing, the body piece of the mind, body, soul connection. So for example, we talk about somatic release. So that's engaging in movement, whether it's exercise, whether you're a gym person or a dance or yoga, to just really whatever it's going to take, whatever feels right for you to try to process that fight or flight energy that's often left behind after you departed or left something that you invested so much energy in. Your body's in that go mode, and just a lot of tension there from the relationship or again from the job or whatever it was, and just really engaging in that somatic release to really help unwind that for you. Related to this, grounding techniques. So when you think about using your senses, the 5 senses, right? Smell, touch, taste, help me out, y'all. The 5 senses, okay? Noticing sounds, scents, when you're taking a walk or when you're just doing mundane things that you do anyway, taking the kids to school or taking yourself to the bank or whatever that may look like. Just some grounding techniques to really ground you in the moment, to just become more aware of your body, just your surroundings, using what God gave us, our senses. Nourishment is another one. So focusing on what you're taking into your body, as far as food goes, drink goes. Avoid excessive inebriation, whatever that looks like, or caffeine, which can worsen sadness, anxiety, just make everything you're feeling in the separation process worse or seem magnified in a way. So really focus on your nourishment, what you're intaking into your body, as a way to really help to heal it, really help it heal from the disconnection it's experiencing. Next, we're going to talk about the soul, spiritual and emotional restoration. So think about journaling. So voice journaling, it can be doing voice notes, or it could be writing, physically writing. It could be drawing if you're more of a drawer, to express yourself. Just to get it out, release it. It could be you and alone in your room, in the bathroom, talking at the top of your lungs, right? About what you're feeling, just to really get that out. So you don't repress it. Don't repress, express. Express, do not repress. There we go. Your emotions, and the grief that comes with being sad about a job could be toxic, a relationship could be toxic. However, soulfully, you still need to really maybe honor that you did put a lot of love, energy, sweat, tears into that, and you're moving on from that, and that's some grief for that, right? However joyous that new beginning is, don't discount the grief. You have to feel it, release it. And for instance, journaling is a great way to do that, whatever format that may take. Creative expression. So reconnect with your old passions, discover new hobbies to really support you redefining your identity outside of that relationship, outside of that job, position. Just really reconnect with the old you that was before, that predated the relationship or the position, or just what you've discovered about yourself in that process of being in that relationship or in that job. And then reclaim your power. Understand that healing is a journey of reclaiming your strength and your vibrancy, the Riz. Reclaim your Riz when it comes to really reconnecting with you and moving forward in this journey, post breakup, post relationship, post job. Reclaim that power. And if you need support in this process, feel free to seek professional help. So as I mentioned, I'm Mary O. I'm an associate marriage licensed marriage family therapist. If you're in Illinois, I offer telehealth. Check out my link tree, and follow me on my social medias. And thank you for listening. And tune in next week. We're going to be jumping back into questions. Again, this was a mindful moment. let's talk about it. Spring cleaning of the mind, body, soul. Hopefully you enjoyed this mindful break and you have a great week to come. Thank you for listening.